Before the first empire, before the first war, before the first man raised his hand against his brother, there were giants, not in fairy tales, not in legends, but in the ancient blood-soaked earth of our forgotten past. The Bible whispers of them in Genesis. Enoch warns us. Cultures across the globe remember them. Beings born of a union never meant to be, angels and humans. They were called the Nephilim, the fallen ones, the mighty men of old, gods to some, monsters to others. They ruled before the flood, and according to scripture, they walked the earth afterward too. But who were they really? Why were they destroyed? And did all of them perish? From buried skeletons to forbidden books, from ancient temples to modern conspiracies, this is the story that connects myth to prophecy, past to present, man to angel, and angel to ruin. And if the Nephilim are returning, are we ready? The Nephilim, giants of heaven and earth, the truth is older than history. In the beginning, before history was carved in stone, before kingdoms rose and empires fell, there was a time when heaven touched earth, and from that union, giants walked among us. This is not just a myth. This is the story of the Nephilim. In the days when the earth was still young, when the sons of Adam spread across the land, a strange event occurred that would alter the destiny of mankind forever. The book of Genesis, in chapter 6, tells us that the sons of God saw that the daughters of men were beautiful, and they took them as wives, whomever they chose. Who were these sons of God? Ancient Jewish texts, like the book of Enoch, offer a dramatic answer. They were angels, watchers, sent to observe mankind. But the watchers broke their divine vow. Led by Simjaza and Azazel, two powerful angels, they descended to Mount Hermon and took human wives. These unions produced children unlike any the world had ever seen, beings of immense size, strength, and intelligence. They were called the Nephilim. The name Nephilim is believed to mean fallen ones, or those who cause others to fall. They were the original giants, the mighty men of old. To early peoples, they were gods, heroes, monsters. Towering above mortals, they ruled cities, led armies, and consumed the earth's resources. Some texts even suggest they devoured human flesh in their insatiable hunger. But their greatest sin was not their size or strength. It was the corruption they brought. Azazel, one of the rebel watchers, taught men to make weapons of war, to craft swords and shields. He taught women the art of makeup, seduction, and enchantment. Magic, sorcery, astrology, all the secrets meant for heaven, were poured into the hearts of men. The Nephilim enslaved entire tribes, building enormous cities and temples. Great ziggurats and monoliths rose under their direction, structures that defy understanding even today. They demanded tribute, worship, and blood. Humanity became slaves to their masters. The world grew darker. Violence spread like wildfire. Kingdoms turned against kingdoms. Blood filled the earth, and the cries of the innocent reached the heavens. God looked down and saw that all flesh had corrupted its way on the earth, and he was grieved. Then came the judgment. God summoned Enoch, the man who walked with him, and revealed what was to come. Enoch warned the watchers that their children, the Nephilim, would be destroyed, and that the fallen angels themselves would be bound in the abyss until the day of final judgment. And to cleanse the earth, God chose a man named Noah. Unlike the rest of mankind, Noah was righteous. His bloodline was pure. He walked with God. So the Lord instructed Noah to build an ark, an enormous vessel that would preserve life through the coming storm. And the flood came. For 40 days and 40 nights the heavens opened and the fountains of the deep burst forth. The world was submerged. Every mountain, every city, every tower of the Nephilim was swallowed by the waters. The giants perished. The watchers were cast into darkness. The earth was reborn. But not all was gone. Genesis 6:4 contains a mysterious phrase. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days and also afterward. The Bible tells us that long after the flood, when the Israelites entered Canaan, they encountered giants, tribes like the Anakim, the Rephaim, the Zamzummim. These people were of great stature, and the Israelites feared them. In Numbers 13:33, the spies report, "We saw the Nephilim there. We seemed like grasshoppers in our own eyes." Where did they come from? Did some of the Nephilim survive, or did fallen angels return? Perhaps some humans carried traces of their blood, passing on the legacy of giants to a new generation. Goliath, the Philistine warrior slain by David, was described as a giant. His spear shaft was like a weaver's beam. His armor gleamed like bronze. He, too, may have been descended from the Rephaim. But the story of the Nephilim doesn't end in the Bible. Cultures around the world speak of sky beings who mated with humans, of demigods and titans, of builders who shaped the pyramids and moved mountains. In Sumerian mythology, the Anunnaki. In Greece, the Titans. In Norse myth, the Jotnar. In the Americas, legends of the Hopi and Choctaw speak of red-haired giants who roamed the land. Ancient skeletal remains of enormous size have reportedly been unearthed across the globe, though many of these findings mysteriously disappear or are discredited. Are these all echoes of the same truth? Some believe the Nephilim were not entirely biological, that their existence spanned dimensions, that they had access to knowledge and technology beyond human comprehension. Did they build star maps, portals, even aircraft? Did they leave behind warnings in ancient carvings, texts, and megaliths? Today, the story of the Nephilim remains controversial. Scholars debate it. Some see it as myth, others see it as lost history. Some say it's symbolic, others say it's suppressed truth. But the fascination never fades. Why? Because the idea that supernatural beings once walked among us, that heaven and earth once mingled, is both terrifying and awe-inspiring. And maybe it's not just ancient history. Some believe that the Nephilim could return, that in the end times, as prophesied in the book of Revelation, the days will become like the days of Noah, a time of great wickedness, a time of deception, a time when the veil between the physical and the spiritual will be torn open again, and the giants will walk the earth once more. Governments, according to some, are already preparing. Deep underground military bases, genetic experiments, and even interdimensional research might be signs of an unfolding plan. Whistleblowers and ancient texts align in ways too strange to ignore. Some believe that powerful elites, secret societies like the Illuminati, have hidden the truth about the Nephilim, that the knowledge of these beings is not lost but locked away, guarded, protected, used. Ancient texts tell of watchers, of knowledge forbidden to mankind. What if that knowledge never disappeared, but changed hands? With modern technology, we can now map the human genome. But what if traces of Nephilim DNA still exist? Could someone unlock it? Whispers persist of secret genetic projects, attempts to recreate giants using recovered DNA or even supernatural means. In 2016, a leaked claim surfaced from an alleged underground base in the Middle East where a giant humanoid had been discovered. Fact or fiction? The line blurs. In Revelation, creatures emerge from the abyss. Are these metaphors or echoes of the bound watchers? Could the Nephilim be among them? If the veil between dimensions opens again, will they return to rule, to deceive, or to wage war against humanity? New research into ancient megalithic structures continues to uncover alignments with constellations and cosmic patterns. What if these were not just monuments, but maps, gateways, keys to a forgotten age of giants? Even now, reports of mysterious sounds in the skies, strange lights, and unexplainable sightings grow more frequent. Some say it's merely technology. Others say it's a warning that something ancient is stirring. Whether truth or legend, the story of the Nephilim reminds us of the dangers of power, pride, and defiance, of how even angels can fall and take the world with them. But the story doesn't end in the past. Whether hidden in genetic codes buried under sand or waiting in other dimensions, the legacy of the Nephilim continues to stir the minds and hearts of those who dare to look deeper. Perhaps they were punished, but not erased. Perhaps they were cast down, but not forgotten. And perhaps their return is not a matter of if, but when. Thank you for watching. If you found this journey into ancient mysteries as fascinating as we did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. The past is never truly gone, and the more we uncover, the more we realize we've only just begun. Until next time, keep seeking the truth. And remember, the giants may have fallen, but their shadows still stretch across time,